In the stream here. What's going on? Got a few people coming in here. Good to hang out with you guys on a Saturday morning. Hopefully this will be fun. Let me know where you are coming from. I can't really see who is coming on. I can just tell that there's some people here from Facebook. And but if you like it, it's not just a ploy to get likes either. If you like it, I can actually see your name there, or you can comment in the live stream. So, how you guys doing? This is my Saturday summary, I guess. Every Saturday morning, usually. I say every Saturday morning, usually. That's a contradiction. But anyway, I usually send an email out, just kind of catching people up on what I've done this week and kind of what I've learned this week, because I'm a lifetime learner. And I'm always learning stuff, and learned a lot this week too. So we'll get into that in just a second, but I would love to hear kind of what you guys have been doing this week. I'm gathering my thoughts here on what I have been doing. I've talked to a lot of really cool people this week. So last week, okay, I'll jump in. So last week, I was on a call with a bunch of podcasters, and I heard about this thing called StreamYard. And StreamYard is this live platform that you can. It's all browser based. Sorry, maybe mute my phone for a second. Live. It's browser based, so you can actually go live to Facebook from your browser, which you can on Facebook anyway, but you can also go to YouTube at the same time, which is kind of hard to do. The Facebook geniuses and YouTube geniuses don't like to work together, but there are other geniuses in the world that make it work. So in the last few weeks, everybody's been scrambling to be able to broadcast live, because we can't get together in a church. So we've been kind of figuring out ways as our church, Crosspoint in Anaheim, California. We've been trying to figure out ways to, broadcast stuff. And, there's a lot of good ideas and stuff like that. But I found this thing called StreamYard. And last Saturday, I went live for the first time. I usually send the email out saying what, catching up on what I've done. Last week, I decided I was just going to do it. It's, if you're a creative person like I am, what you find a lot of times is that the thought of getting everything right and doing everything perfectly and editing and all that kind of stuff will overwhelm you, and you won't do it. That's what I do. You won't do it. So I think one of the best things I've done in the last week is gone live every day except for Sunday. I didn't go Sunday because I went to church online and I wanted to spend time with my family. So I didn't go live Sunday, but every other day of the week I've been going live, and I've been kind of asking some of my friends to come on and trying to add value, trying to add some content, trying to add some insight from people that are smarter than me and who I learn from all the time. So this past week, I went live. Now, if you're watching from the Facebook, my personal Facebook page, I run a website called MixCoach, and I teach people to mix in Pro Tools and produce and all that kind of stuff. And it's been a lot of fun. I've gotten a lot of really cool friends who, as a result of that, and I'm trying to catch up with everybody now that I have some downtime a little bit. But this week I had Bryce Boynton on, and Bryce is the audio director at Flatirons. I used to mix a little bit at Flatirons, and we kind of struck up a friendship there, kindred spirits. And so I got him on, and we talked about broadcast mixing. We talked about, how to get better audio. Now, don't judge me. I'm doing this from my bedroom, and I just upgraded. I just brought my mic from the studio, which this is a Yeti Blue. Sorry, it's backwards here. This is a Yeti Blue mic, and it's a stereo mic. And honestly, I would put this against some of it's a USB mic, which means it plugs straight in your computer. Your computer sees it and you hear it and everything's good. And I would put this against, I've done lots of courses with it, and it has just more of a direct sound instead of a sound. Now, some of my broadcasts I was using the microphone on my computer in this room with no sound treatment, and it sounded, it doesn't sound great. But anyway, I'm kind of veering off the road. I'm bringing it back. Me and Bryce talked about broadcast mixing and some of the ways that you can improve broadcast mixing. If you're mixing, your church or whatever, some, quick tips on how to do that. It's in the YouTube channel, and it's also on the Facebook channel. And then, let's see, I was able to pull up, I talked Matt Butler into coming in on the show too. Matt is a MixCoacher from way back. He's helped with product reviews and things like that. But Matt is a session musician now. He's also a mixer, and we talked about plugins. And if you like talking about plugins and gear, you should listen to that, because man, did he ever he's eventually going to cost me a lot of money. If you're watching and you know what plugins are and you have a favorite plugin, post it in the comments and let's talk about it. But Matt talked about some of his favorite plugins, some of which just went on sale. The Soothe plugin that he talked about is now 139 euro instead of 299 euros or 250 euros. So probably going to be buying that. He says that if he had one plugin that he could buy, that would be it. So Soothe. If you have the link to that, drop it in. Then the next day we talked to Chris Crunk. Chris Crunk is another session musician and actually a mixer and a MixCoacher. We've done some courses together, both of these guys. And Chris talked about virtual instruments. So if you're sitting at home trying to create music, you can take your computer and you can, just with downloading some plugins and virtual instruments and stuff, you can create really, really good music here. So Chris Crunk, if you look on YouTube, probably YouTube's the best place to find it. The Facebook page, things get lost in the feed there. So, and then let's see. Yeah, we talked to Chris yesterday, and then not yesterday, the day before yesterday, and then yesterday, Friday, I was able to talk to Matt Boudreau. Matt Boudreau is a podcaster and mixer, and we talk on what do we call a mastermind? It's just a bunch of guys that do kind of the same thing, trading tips and tricks and encouraging each other and critiquing each other. Been doing that for 4 years now, just about. And Matt jumped on the call yesterday, and we talked about him recording a big band record in a high school, middle school band room, and some of the stuff he used to do that. He's a really cool guy. Working Class Audio, if you want to listen to the podcast. And then today, I don't have an agenda except just to tell you kind of a little bit of what I've done here. And and I struggle with this every Saturday, trying to remember what we did this week. But I'll start with Sunday. We had a great service on Palm Sunday. If you're not familiar with if you're catching up with me on Facebook, I moved to Anaheim, California, or in the area, Yorba Linda, California, about 3.5 years ago, and I've been learning a lot of video production. I've kind of amassed a team of rock star volunteers that pretty much run everything. So if you watch Easter service tomorrow, you will see my volunteer team in action. I didn't do anything except suggest things. They ran with the whole thing, and I'm super proud of that. Crosspoint.com/Anaheim. There are several service times tomorrow. One at 9:30, which is 11:30 in Nashville. So you should be able to go to church all day long if you want to, right? So been doing the volunteer team. Let's see, what was I saying? Oh, okay, Sunday. Watch that. Check out our live stream Sunday. You can see what I'm doing these days. And then Monday, I posted something. We're going to do a virtual choir on Sunday. If you haven't seen it, it's been going around for years, but seemingly really taken off lately because people are, quarantined in their homes and wanting to do this stuff. So I created this page with instructions on how to sing along with the track that I uploaded. And they sang it on their iPhones, and then they sent it in. And then Wednesday we started mixing stuff. And the mix, I wish I had a little bit more time with it, but I think overall it's good. Hey, Patrick, the video rock star, man, I'm getting into Premiere. I may need to hit you up for some quick tips, man. So I started editing that video in Premiere, downloaded Premiere and started working on it, getting, I think it was like 30 different submissions. So we got 30 little people singing the same song from their home. And it's going to be, I haven't seen the final edit. Rob Lyons did the final edit on it. And I'm sure it's going to look amazing. But anyway, did that this week. So mix a song. My intern, Tyler, who is a rock star, rewired my studio. I used to have that kind of energy. I remember working in Ricky Perkins' studio back in Gadsden, Alabama, and I would pull all-nighters about once a week and rewire the studio, just pulling cables and seeing if I could, make it neater, and it would last for a week, and then I would rewire it again. But Patrick did that for me this week, and sounds like he's got everything hooked up. So anyway, so I mixed a little bit this week, did a little video editing this week. I was able to move some courses from my old website to my new website, MixCoach, trying to figure out that whole thing there. But I've been streaming every day, live streaming every day, 8:00 on every weekday morning and Saturday morning. Not going to do Sundays. Going to take a day and rest there, go to church, be with my family, that sort of thing. So let's see. Yeah, it has been raining all week here in California, if you can believe it or not. The song "It Never Rains in California." Don't believe it. It's been raining all week. And I noticed in the back as the sun was coming up this morning, it was no clouds in the sky. And I got super excited about getting out and doing some manual labor, getting the hands dirty. So of course I went and took a shower. It's probably not the best thing, but anyway, I was going to talk about a little bit about this about morning routines. Hey, Steve Allen, another great mixer in Nashville. I need to get you on the show, man. Both you guys, all three of you guys. Anyway, I was going to talk about morning routines this morning because since the Corona thing kind of took over, and actually past that, I haven't had a really strong morning routine. I built a really strong morning routine, and honestly, besides feeling good about it and being able to brag about it a little bit, I'm not sure how much good. I'm not sure how much good it did. I'm not sure. I've got a morning routine now where I get up. I still get up at 5:30, 5, 6, something like that. Just whenever I wake up because I'm so used to getting up early. And then lately, this past week, and it feels really good to have a morning routine. I was thinking that there was no, I was strong morning routine that I learned from some guys on the internet. The name just left me, but anyway, built that, did it for 5 or 6 years, and then I fell out of it. Just kind of do whatever, go get coffee, do whatever you feel like doing. Didn't, it's like gaining weight. You never know what it's doing. You think, oh, it feels the same. And then you get back into a morning routine and you realize how good it feels. My morning routine this week, it has been, getting up, grabbing coffee, and then doing this live thing. There's something about having people waiting on you to show up. I think that's one of the things. If you can nail down one principle about becoming a good mixing engineer or becoming a good anything, really, it's having people expect you to show up. And I had, I don't know, not a lot of people expecting me to show up lately. And then there's something about pressing go live that just makes you like show up. And that's what I've been doing this week. And I tell you, it feels really good. I'll go right off of the good or bad, whether I felt like it was a good interview or a good hang or whatever, good or bad. I feel like that there's momentum created. If you ever worked with me in the studio, you know that momentum is a big, I may not have mentioned it, but you probably noticed what I did in the studio. I create momentum when I first get there. We get together, we have a thing to do, we show up, there is a plan for the day, and we show up, and then we create momentum. So if we're singing or whatever, we would sing and nobody would say, I didn't get that right, let's do it again. I didn't get that right, let's do it again. I would create momentum. I'd say, let's keep that and come back to it, because that one phrase is probably one of the best momentum starters that you could ever imagine. It's like, let's do it and let's fix it later. And that's kind of what this broadcast has been for me. It's like, let me just hit go live, figure it out as I go along, improve it as I can, i.e. add microphones, add another monitor, add headphones, figure out how to promote it. I figured out something last night. It's like I send an email out to my list and I say, hey, show up on Facebook, but I don't give them a link. And then if I create the link first, it will allow me to paste that link and allow people, hey, Kevin McManus, one of my heroes there, probably one of the reasons I'm doing what I'm doing today. It's good to see you, Kev. What I'm doing today, not the broadcast, but like wanting to be a good engineer. Kevin caused those Henson records. Kevin, I want to get you on my show sometime. I say it's a show, my show up on the 8:00 on 8:00 Pacific time and talk about some of those old Henson records. Is that cool? I'm gonna hit all you guys up this week that comment here. But yeah, I lost my train of thought a little bit. But creating momentum. Anytime you can create momentum. You're like, here's another example of it in my yard. I've got stuff that I know I need to do in the backyard. One being take down a small brick wall. And I know what I want to do there, but I keep thinking about what I want to do, and am I going to do it right? And that whole thing freezes me up, and I'm not able to do anything because I can't get clear in my mind what I'm doing. But you know what I did? I hit it with a sledgehammer, and that created momentum. So I cannot wait to get out there and hit some more stuff with a sledgehammer today in my yard. So how can you create momentum in what you're doing? How can I create more momentum in what I'm doing? I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are. So anyway, this week, video editing, mixing, aligning little tiles of people singing from their kitchens into a video that you're going to see tomorrow at 9:30, 11. You know what? I should have these times straight. We keep changing the times 9:30 and 11 for sure, but we go to Cross Point. By the way, for churches not streaming, hang on. It should be. Okay, 9:30 Easter Sunday, 11. I think. Anyway, you'll see it. Cross Point, Anaheim is the Facebook page. Go check it out and check out what my team of rock stars has been doing. So, so cool. I'm gonna hit some of you guys up this week, and we're gonna talk about some stuff. No agenda really, except just to catch up. And I find that just talking to people, that's where the best conversation. I mean, of course, conversation happens when you talk to people, right? But I find that those nuggets of wisdom, like I can be talking to 5 and 6:30. Thanks, Mark. 9:30, 11, 5 and 6:30. The service times tomorrow. I appreciate it, Mark. Keeping me straight as usual. Mark's been helping me with all this stuff. We created a Dropbox for people to submit their videos to, and I shared the Dropbox with Mark, and Mark was importing stuff into the timeline on Pro Tools so that we were able to just open it up and mix in theory. But nothing in theory always works 100%, right, Mark? So anyway, I keep bouncing and losing my train of thought. But hey, creating momentum, right? Hey, anybody got any questions? Hey, Christy, good to see you. So anybody got any? I want to hear what some of you guys have done this week. Put one little thing in the comment, whether you're on. Looks like we've got. Hey, there's Andy Peck. Andy Peck, I'm calling you today, man. Roddy Smith is on. Kevin Barr. Kevin, how you pronounce that? Kuster? It's a U with 2 little dots above it. Forgive my lack of internationality with pronunciation. Let's see, we've got 7 people on from MixCoach Facebook and a couple people on the Facebook, on the YouTube page. So, I don't want to just ramble on. I would rather have a conversation. So if anybody wants to jump on, let's talk. Mention it. I'll send you a link. I'll show you how easy this is to have a morning talk show on using this thing called StreamYard. If anybody is, out of their pajamas yet and you're camera worthy, let me know. I'll send you a link. All right. And if not, that's cool. We'll pick it up on Monday. I was just watching part of my morning routine is sitting and having coffee with my wife. And on Saturday morning, she loves to watch HGTV and the cooking channel. And I've noticed that how fast people have adapted to this new timeline we're on, waiting this coronavirus. And if I can give you some suggestions, don't read or believe everything you hear. There is going to be a time when we look back on this and we're going to long for these days where we didn't have anything required of us except to spend time with our family and, just kind of catch up. I just realized that my We'll Be Live Soon banner is still up. We're going to look back on these times and wish that we had these back again. Believe it or not, we're going to wish that we had some downtime. So enjoy this downtime a little bit. But anyway, I was enjoying a little downtime with Jana this morning watching Cooking Channel, and there's this lady called the Frontier Woman, and I noticed that she did her new show with iPhones. Guys, the technology that is available to us right now is amazing, incredible, amazing. You can shoot a whole show from your iPhone. You can go live to the world on Facebook and YouTube and beyond from your laptop, like I'm doing right now. And this so far it's cost me $25. You don't even need that if you just want to go to Facebook. But she shot her whole show from iPhones, which was really inspiring. And it was really cool to see her realness from, behind the cameras, how many times she messes up just trying to put cupcakes in an oven. It was really cool to see. And it inspired me to say, we can all create stuff like that. Yeah. Hey, Mark, I'm coming to Ventura soon as I can. So anyway, I won't ramble on too long. It's good. I thank you guys for coming on. I've got some phone calls to make today. I've got some brick walls to knock out with a sledgehammer today. I've got another cup of coffee to drink here in just a second. And I'm about to do that right now. Thank you guys for hanging out with me for a few minutes. I appreciate your time. I really do. I know there's a lot going on your Facebook feed, on your YouTube feed, and there's a lot of stuff going on. And I honestly appreciate your attention. And I'm looking forward to connecting with you guys later on. Hey, Taylor, Kevin, you're completely right. Check this out. A live stream is the best outreach tool that a church can have. And I think what was secondary before, Kevin, even just a month ago, as Matt Adrian says, in a magical time that we like to refer to as February. Live streaming was kind of like something that you did sometimes, but now it is the prime outreach tool for a church, that and actually serving your community, which if your church is not doing that, it's a good thing. I'm proud of Brian and our team at the church. We've been doing a lot of outreach stuff. So yeah, absolutely right, Kevin. This is my bro Tyler Ward. He's doing some live streaming. He's been doing some live sets. He's a working musician. Good. A question. Dale Scraggs, what platform is your church using to stream? I'm glad you asked that, Dale, because I will tell you what I can remember of it. Okay. We are using, now our church is, when we live stream actually live, we're using a Ross switcher with cameras. Of course, we're switching. We're doing a live broadcast mix from my studio through Reaper. We merge that together through this, I can't remember the model number, but it's an AJA, and it merges the video from the switcher and the audio from the studio. And then we put that into this thing called a Teradek, TEREDEK, Teradek Cube 610. And what that's called is an encoder. And Kevin, you'll have to help me out with some of this stuff because Kevin installs stuff like this for churches. An encoder is basically like if you're in studio business, it's kind of like your A to D converter. Kind of gets everything ready to stream to Facebook. Then we take that feed, which is an RMTP feed, which is basically, I don't understand all I know about it. But basically, it's a long website that starts with RTMP, and you paste that into this thing called Church. You know what? Let me look for sure because I want to send you real links. Churchstreaming.tv. Let me find that. Here's the link. I'm going to paste it in the comments so you'll have it. We use this, and it's not going to paste. Churchstreaming.tv. It looks different on the back end of that. It has another URL when you log in, but Church Streaming TV is what we're using right now. And we take that and we stream live to it. But it also has a setting on there that will allow you to upload a pre-recorded video, which is what we've been doing for the last few weeks. Except for the first week that we weren't able to meet, this is what we've been using. We're editing a whole, or Rob Lyons, the king of Premiere Pro, is editing our whole service together. We've been tweaking it. We've been doing worship sets, and he's been cutting those into sermons that we've been cutting every week. And then the bumper stuff, the announcements, the encouragement that people need to hear right now. He's been putting that all together, exporting it as an MP4. We've been uploading it to Church Streaming. That Church Streaming TV, you can actually schedule stuff as a simulated live, which actually, lets people subscribe, hit the notification bell so that they're notified of it at all those times. And it looks like it's live. Everybody knows it's not really live because you can tell live because people stumble on the words and do what I'm doing right now, make a fool of themselves, just talking. And then lately, so here's the geeky stuff about Church Streaming Live. If you're streaming live from your encoder, you can go live to Facebook and YouTube. Like I said, when I first started this thing, it's a little tricky to do that. You can't do it if you're doing a simulated live. And we found that out the hard way of like it not going up when we're streaming or doing a simulated stream live. So what we do also is we go to this thing called Restream.io. Restream.io. That's really cool. These are both paid services. I think we're paying $139 a month for the Church Streaming TV, which has been worth it for sure. Restream.io, it doesn't encode anything. I mean, you can go lot. Actually, it does encode stuff. You can put the RMTP URL in there into Restream, and it will also go live to Facebook and YouTube. Restream, you can actually go live from your web interface, and it goes to Facebook and YouTube. If you don't have a big YouTube channel, or you don't need to go to both, you don't need services like this necessarily. But that's what we're using. There's a lot of good stuff. There's another service. Well, StreamYard would be a good thing too, because the cool thing about StreamYard that I love is that I can see the people comment. Like I see my brother commented, Cindy Key. Hey, Cindy, I'll tell Jana you said hello. I can actually I'm actually looking at the YouTube comments and the Facebook comments at the same time. So if I were to do a live stream from here, I can see the comments, and I can do what I did with Dale there, and I can say, I can put my link up from Facebook, and you see the Facebook logo, and you can see it from the YouTube, the YouTube. So there's a couple. Okay, so Kevin said there are several quality hosting services available such as Livestream on Vimeo. Yeah, Vimeo and is it Wirecast? I think Vimeo just bought Wirecast. Vimeo is kind of like the professional video storage platform that you pay for. It's not YouTube, it's Vimeo. And I think they just merged with another company. I think it's Wirecast. I could be wrong, but you're able to go live straight to your Vimeo channel there. And then it offers distribution to multiple destinations. The more destinations you need, typically the more expensive it is. But like I said, if you're only going to one or two places, I'm paying $25 a month for StreamYard. There's another app called Ecamm Live. I'll put that up. Let me put StreamYard. This is what I'm using today. And there's another one called Ecamm. Now I think it's Ecamm Live. Google it, Ecamm Live. Google that. And you'll see that there's another one. Now, the reason I went with StreamYard over Ecamm, they both do the same things. And Ecamm's a little bit more robust right now because it'll allow you to do sound effects and do some things with a secondary monitor, like drawing on your own screen or whatever. Stuff that I don't necessarily need right now. The reason I chose StreamYard over Ecamm is that you have to download software for Ecamm. You have to set up. It's a little intimidating looking, even for a geek like me, to do. StreamYard is all browser based, which means you log into the website and then all this stuff just pops up. And it was really, really straightforward to do. If your pastor is looking for a way to go, this is a great way to go because he can share sermon notes. Like I could I could share a screen. I could share a secondary monitor and pull it up here like this. This is my secondary monitor, and you can see my mouse. I can have anything up there. I can have a sermon that I pre-recorded. I could have a presentation that I'm doing in real time. You can do whatever you want to there. It's really cool. Okay, so Kevin said buy a web presenter or some other encoder and go live to Facebook for free. Yeah, there is a thing called web presenter that Blackmagic puts out that I have helped a couple of churches discover. And it will allow you to take an input from a camera, which is probably a little bit better than this camera here. More high def. You can take that feed into there and you can merge a couple of things together. Yeah, Facebook, you can go to Facebook for free. Absolutely. And you can even share your desktop from Facebook now, which is a kind of a new development. So if you're looking for a way to go live, that's the way to do it. So anyway, that's we're coming close to the end of my Rambly show, the Saturday summary show. If you have any more questions, I would love to answer them, because if I can't answer them, there's some really smart dudes on this chat that can definitely answer them. So anyway, so I think I will wrap it up here and go swing a sledgehammer at some stuff after I enjoy another cup of coffee. But like I was saying a few minutes ago, thank you for showing up. I really appreciate your time. It means the world to me, seriously. And just remember, we're all in this together. This will end, and you will look back on these days and go, man, I would love to have some downtime like I had back in March and April. So just wanted to say happy Easter to everybody. He is risen. It's another thing I did this week is I did if you search the hashtag Jesus changed my life, Jesus changed my life, you will see a lot of really cool testimonies. If you haven't done it, if you're a believer, if you're a Christian and you have a testimony, even if you don't think you have a testimony like me, that you were just kind of raised in the church and it's just kind of something you've always done your whole life, you have a testimony. And there's a movement happening right now before Easter. It's called Jesus Changed My Life. Hashtag Jesus Changed My Life. Go check out some of those testimonies. Mine is on there. So check it out. Hey, Larry DeLauder. Larry DeLauder's been going live like a beast on his YouTube channel. Him and his family have been singing a lot. And I've been checking those out, Larry. And I've been watching Andy Griffith's show. You kind of made me want to go back and watch old Andy Griffith episodes. If you haven't seen Larry's Barney impersonation, it is hilarious. But anyway, okay, I'm gonna wrap it up. Thank you guys for coming on, and I will see you guys Monday at 8:00. If you're not on my email list, you can sign up at you know what? You can go to, you know what? I should put a link here. I have several links, but probably nothing that will apply to, this is my latest thing. I just did this thing called, I didn't just do it. I just repackaged it and sent it out because I looked at it the other day, and this is how to, Kevin, and anybody who mixes, how important is phase? If you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. Don't worry about this. Just, watch for me on YouTube. But there's a free resource right there where I talk about phase and how important it is and why your tracks may sound thin, and how to make your drums really go from like a loose set of drums to kind of tight or really tight. This is how to do it. If you've ever triggered a drum and it doesn't sound as good as you thought it would, but you solo the trigger, it sounds amazing, and you solo your drum and it sounds better than what you're triggering, this is the reason. There's a thing called mixcoach.com/invisible. I'm going to show you how to uncover your invisible tracks. You'll get instant access to it. I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm just trying to show you how to get on my email list so you'll be notified on this stuff. I will go. I'm really going this time. I will talk to you guys. Love you guys. Enjoyed spending some time with you this morning. Bye.